Yeah, in 3A Sectional 18 now, one of the teams that we've seen upset somebody at their own field throughout the regular season was Whitco. They didn't have a great record, but they upset North Miami. You thought, Garrett's coming in. They're playing pretty well off an ACAC championship outside of the loss to Heritage in Week 9. They're playing good football. And wow, that was one of the big shockers in Week 1 of the postseason. Whitco with the win. Now they go to Jimtown. That's a tough road to hoe if you're a Whitco Wildcat.
Going to Jimtown to play?
Well, you had Garrett at home, and now you got to go to Jimtown.
Is there any, I mean, short of going to Indianapolis and playing somebody down there, Jimtown would be the toughest draw you could have at this point. But I wouldn't have expected Whitco to knock off Garrett. I thought Garrett had really become one of the best teams around. They did it, and you go to Jimtown, you want to score first, I think. You want to get on the board. You want to show that you're there to play with that team because you can't let Jimtown get the momentum.
Yeah, Jimmies are tough, ranked number 1 in the state, beat Concordia 42-20 last week. But on the bottom half of this bracket, Tippecanoe Valley now 8-2 with a 44-0 win against West Noble. And Heritage, we mentioned Garrett was pretty hot coming in. Heritage was scorching coming in with a 56-20 win to clinch a share of the ACAC championship in Week 9. They blow out Lakeland 42-16 in this one. This will be one of the best games in the state when it comes to 3A on Friday night.
Well, I think it has to be, and I'm just really impressed with Heritage, their ability to be so opportunistic at the best times. I mean, they had, 2 scores last week off fumble recoveries. They're able to find other ways to get points on the board. I think Connor Sheehan is one of the most impressive quarterbacks in doing what he can do, knowing where his limitations are, and then he's got weapons, of course, all over the place with that team. And Tippecanoe Valley, traditionally strong and playing. That's at Tippy Valley, right? So that's a home game for them. That's a road
game, yep, for Heritage.
Yeah, Heritage goes into a real tough situation. I'm sure that crowd at Tippy Valley will be quite loud and
If you're Dean Lehrman, what's the focus this week? Because Tippecanoe Valley, they can score the football. Obviously, we saw it last week. But if you're Coach Lehrman, you know you got to stop people, and that's the biggest focus in the playoffs: is stopping people. Defense wins championship, as they always say. You're feeling really good about the offense, but the defense might be playing pretty well as you mentioned the turnovers that they scored off of last week.
Well, I think if you're Heritage, you've got to get some scores. Or at least maybe not scores, but you've got to get field position with your defense. You've got to find a way to stop them, force them into long punting situations, that sort of thing, to set up your offense and then strike once you get the ball.